You know what will not be happening today?
What?
I don't like it. Josh and I are not ready to have a baby just yet. But if you know me, I am a planner. Should I do it? I think I'm gonna do it. Hi guys, welcome back to another vlog. I'm so excited for today because I'm going to be inviting you behind the scenes of one of my CEO days. For those of you that are unfamiliar, if you haven't been connected with me in the online space for any amount of time, let's talk about what is a CEO day. What is CEO time? So basically this is a concept that changed the trajectory of my business forever. And it's why I preach about this. I teach this in a lot of my programs because it is so imperative for your growth. CEO time is basically dedicated time where you are sitting down to work on rather than in your business. It's a time where you're really assessing your efforts, your strategies, your overall workflows, behind the scenes of the business, team, anything that's relevant in order to optimize your efforts moving forward. Basically, it's time where you're looking at the business so we can really lead the business forward. A lot of times what I find is people are much more likely to stay stuck working inside the business. And what that looks like is maybe you keep your inbox open all day and you're very reactive. You're responding to emails, you're responding to the team. It's just maybe general admin work that you're doing, or maybe it's even writing and creating content. These things are necessary, right? Like we have to have time for admin, we have to have time for content, especially if you're an online business owner, but those are not necessarily the things that will move your business forward. Actually sitting down and looking at what is working well and what is not working is going to allow you to make informed decisions moving forward so you can actually change and adapt your efforts in order to improve just by a small percentage every day and every week. And that's how you create real results for your business. This is CEO time. Now, sometimes I have a CEO day and that's where I have a full day dedicated to CEO time. And sometimes I will have CEO time where it's literally just a chunk of time. I'm sitting down for maybe 30 minutes to an hour to assess the business. It doesn't really matter which one you do as long as you do this on a regular basis. I like to do this once every week at a minimum every other week. Today is going to be a CEO day. Now, some days I will combine my CEO time with white space. If I'm gonna have a full day dedicated to this, I may not need the full 6 to 8 hours to assess the business unless we are wrapping up a full year going into the next one. So what I'll do is I will have, 2-ish hours depending on what all I'm assessing to work on the business, and then I'll have just white space in my day. And sometimes that means that I will actually do things for myself as a CEO. That could look like self-care, like going to get a massage, getting out of the office, getting my nails done. And then sometimes, like today, it looks like having white space for other projects that I'm working on. I honestly love to combine my CEO time with some white space for projects because it is just undisturbed, uninterrupted time where I get to work on things, on projects with like my full focus, and that just feels really good. So that's what we're gonna get up to today. For today, we're gonna hone in on 3 key areas. We're going to start by assessing some numbers. Then we're going to dive into assessing some key areas that we're focusing on in our business right now. There's always about 5 that I choose from here, and I'll preview those for you later on. And then we're gonna dive into just general reflection over the last 1 to 2 weeks, and then vision casting for how we're gonna change and optimize our efforts in the coming weeks. So let's go ahead and dive into some numbers. Just wrapped up looking through all of our numbers, and I want to highlight a few key numbers that you can look at within your own business. And this is really pulling from what I look at every single time I sit down to look at our numbers. So generally speaking, every month at a minimum, you want to sit down and assess your financials. If you don't know your numbers, you really don't know your business. I work with so many people that prior to working together, they don't really track their numbers. And how can you measure your business if you're not looking at your numbers? Every month, I'd recommend sitting down and assessing this, but also keeping track of it. I was just reviewing our spreadsheet where all of this data is housed. Go ahead and assess what is your monthly income, what are your expenses. Go ahead and subtract those to get your net income. We definitely want to make sure that we understand how much is coming in and how much is going out. When we look at your expenses, it's also a great idea to view these by category so you can actually understand what percentage of your expenses are coming from different key areas, like maybe your team or marketing efforts, right? And then from there, we're able to see your net income. Another thing that's really helpful to look at is your profit margins as well. This is very important for a lot of our clients that do run agencies that offer done for you work. So definitely take a look at that. You'll also want to look at what percentage of your income is coming from each thing that you offer. So if you offer 4 different things, what percentage of your income is coming from each? This is really helpful to track over time. I work with some clients where it becomes needed to actually let go of one of their offers because it's really a time suck and it's not contributing that much to their income. We have other cases where there is a beautiful balance and each offer really is bringing in a substantial amount of income. So you'll want to assess that over time. Another thing is just generally assessing, are you on track with your revenue plan? And if you don't have a revenue plan for this current year, I highly recommend creating one. Sit down, set your goals in terms of revenue for the year, and then track per month. Are you on track to hit that goal? In terms of percentage, like how close are you to that goal? Keeping track of that is really important, and it allows you to understand where your efforts need to be going from a sales perspective to stay on track with those goals. Now, another piece that I actually just assessed right now was our conversion rates for our Awakening Academy. This is our group program. We are pre-enrolling for this right now. So I want to make sure that I'm understanding what rate I'm converting at to kind of see how productive are my conversations, how warm are the leads that I'm tapping into, so I can just make sure that I'm improving my efforts in this area over time as well. Okay, so we are finished with the numbers. Let's go make some coffee and then we'll come back and dive into the next portion. So this morning we woke up a little bit earlier, and the first question that I asked Josh when we got downstairs was, since we have some extra time, can we make our coffee the special way?
Since we have extra time, can we spend it on making coffee and taking up more time?
Yay! We got this for Christmas. For those that don't know, what is this?
It's a flabbergasser.
Really?
You take a flux capacitor and you put it next to the flabbergasser and you crank it 3 or 4 times and it... No, it's pour over. They know what it is.
I didn't know that a pour over looked like that.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's a pour over.
Isn't a Chemex a pour over?
A Chemex is a form of pour over, yes.
Oh.
But it's a different... It's the same concept. The Chemex does more. This type of pour over, it's really more for like single serve. So like if you go to a coffee shop, this is typically what you see.
I feel like the coolest thing though is that this is from his friend's company in Chicago. Tala Coffee Roasters. So shout out to them. We bought their coffee before. So we got t-shirts before.
Yeah, t-shirts, coffee. We just got this stuff, so I'll be getting more coffee. One of my guys, one of my team members, their espresso, I got them like a 3-month subscription. It's pretty dope.
That's sweet. That is my kind of gift right there.
Yeah.
You know what will not be happening today?
What?
You will not be taking my mugs.
Why not?
No. I will give you your own mug. This is your mug.
Oh.
Josh has been doing this thing now where he takes all of my special mugs. I'm going to get Jordan to add in Exhibit A. No, you like to steal all my special mugs. My special mugs include mine from Joelle, my mug from Stephanie, and my mug from Jordan. And you like to steal all of them. And Exhibit B. I am not happy with you right now. Why? That's from my friend Stephanie. She is not your friend.
Yes, she is.
I don't like it.
This one's yours. This one's all yours.
This one?
Oh,
Wait,
this
that's the entire thing?
Yeah.
All right, we're back in the office. I've got my coffee with me and we're diving into the second portion of today's CEO day. So this is where I'm actually going to dive into 1 to 3 key areas of the business. I always choose from 5 key areas and I'll share those with you. So we have the CEO audit, and this is really where we're assessing how we're feeling about the business as the CEO. How does your work feel right now? In what ways are you growing? Then we have the sales audit. And that's pretty self-explanatory, but we're really assessing like your overall pipeline, your sales conversations, conversions, etc. Then we have the visionary audit. This one ends up being a lot of our clients' favorites because it is very kind of like dreamy future casting. This is really where you're considering, what do you want more of in your business? Where do you envision your business in 5 to 10 years? Based off of that vision, are you actually moving in alignment with that today? Then we have the internal audit, and this is where you're kind of going behind the scenes of the business into some of your processes. Maybe you want to assess team communications, you want to look through onboarding and optimize that. Those are just a couple of examples there. And then we have the brand audit, and this is really considering how you want to be positioned in the space, how you want your brand to make someone feel when they come across anything that represents your brand. If you're going through a rebrand or you are wanting to switch up some of your visual content pieces, this is a good time to assess that. So those are the 5 key areas I usually choose from. Today, I'm actually going to do a sales audit and an internal audit. Because we are pre-booking for our Awakening Academy group coaching program right now, I want to look at our pipeline. I want to assess the overall sales efforts, see where we're at, how close we are to our goal. And then I also am going to do an internal audit. This is based on a need that I'm seeing, but also my team has really encouraged me to look at our onboarding process for our clientele so we can clearly lay out that process a little bit better for myself and the team so they can help me execute on that. So I'm gonna dive into that now. Just grabbed some lunch. That was really good. Josh made this chicken tortilla soup. So good, especially in the winter time. And now I'm diving into the final portion of my CEO day. So this step is really about review and vision casting for what is coming next. So I'm going to sit down and review over the last 1 to 2 weeks, how have our efforts been looking, myself and as a team? Are we hitting due dates? Are we not? Where do we need to reassess? How is progress looking with all of our key initiatives? And then based on the kind of feedback that I gather from that, I'm gonna vision cast for the next 1 to 2 weeks. Now, it's important to note that I do this myself to set intentions for myself as the CEO, but also I will have regular meetings with my team. We meet on Mondays. Today is actually a Wednesday, so I'm not gonna meet with my team, but this is something I'll be able to relay whenever we have our Monday meeting. So I'm gonna dive in now. that's a wrap on today's CEO day. This is something that I do just to make sure that I am fully understanding the business. I'm also well informed in terms of how I need to be spending my days in order to actually hit my goals. If this is something that you would love to have support on, this is exactly why I actually created our Awakening membership, where I'm teaching you the framework and method to embody your role as a CEO so you can increase your income and impact without burning out. We have full templates and guides for your CEO day in there, as well as a plethora of other resources, trainings, and support. So I'll leave the link for that below here for you. Okay, so I've ended my day currently drawing a bath. My muscles are so sore. I wasn't able to work out for quite some time because my back was messed up. So all that to say, the last couple of weeks I've been getting back into working out. So I'm gonna take a bath. Let's have a little quick girl chat. Here is the deal. Josh and I are not ready to have a baby just yet. But if you know me, I am a planner. So I was literally just talking to my best friend last weekend, and I was giving her like my desired timeline down to the month, down to like revolving around holidays, our birthdays. Like, we've got specifics, thought through a lot of this. So here's the deal. Not quite ready yet, but I'm all for planning, I'm all for preparation. And I've had my eye on this online course that basically prepares you for pregnancy. This girl's Instagram handle is Innate Functional Nutrition. The course is called Conscious Conception. So get ready for conception with this comprehensive course. You will leave feeling empowered and how you can support your fertility through proper nourishment, the right supplements, movement, and so much more. I do so much better with anything, whether it's in business and personal, whenever I know my stuff. As you can tell, I'm validating buying this course. Here's the deal. I have not told Josh that I'm gonna buy it. We're not on completely separate pages, but he's definitely a lot more scared to have a baby than I am. Like, I could get pregnant today and I would be happy. I would be a little stressed. So, just a little stressed. That makes me feel like the more that I can educate myself now, the more that I feel like I can mentally prepare. I know I'll never be 100% ready, but the more that I can mentally prepare, the more ready that I'll be. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna buy this course. It's only $500, and I feel like for something like this, it's definitely worth it. I'm just thinking about buying it without telling Josh. And then when he gets home, I'll break the news and tell him that I bought this course on conscious conception and kind of see what he says. Should I do it? I think I'm gonna do it. Hi.
How's it going? What are you been up to?
Well.
What?
I just took a bath.
Oh no.
And I bought something.
What'd you buy?
I bought like a pregnancy course.
Why?
You know.
Oh god. I thought you were gonna say you were on your period. Bought a pregnancy course. Wait.
Is this enough potatoes for you?
Yeah, I can't have you pregnant yet.
You can't.
Not yet.
What if I did?
Wait.
Oh my god. His desire for a child is contingent upon us getting in our house first. So every time I bring this up, he instantly gets stressed and looks into stuff for the house. Josh wasn't that mad. He got a little bit stressed, but no big deal. It's about like 9 p.m. I'm gonna go get in bed and read. I don't know what it is this week, but I am just feeling perpetually exhausted. So I'm trying to listen to that a little bit. But thank you so much. If you made it all the way to the end of this vlog, I so appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and leave a comment below if you have any requests on what you would like to see from me in the future. All right, that's it for this one. I'll catch you next time. Bye.